Good have Shabbos, Young Israel, Mazel Tov to Dr. David and Tamar Schwab on the birth of a grandson born to Jesse and Tamina. Mazel Tov to Dr. Harvey and Janet Winthrop on the upcoming marriage of their son Aryeh to Lana Horowitz. Mazel Tov to Rafeshi and Devar Weeder upon the marriage of their daughter Dr. Adina this past week to Dr. John Gertzberg. Enjoy Shabbos Sheva Brachas. Mazel Tov to Ruby and Bobby Kaplan, beautiful Simcha, oldest granddaughter Sarah Gdansky, engaged to Moshe Cohen. And Mazel Tov to our own Mishpacha, Hashem has been very good to us. To our daughter Shira and Eli upon the bris of our grandson Naftali Tzvi of their son. And Achron Achron to our daughter Chavi and Tzvi, to our children Chavi and Tzvi upon the birth of triplets, 2 girls and a boy. Shalom Zachar this evening at our home, nice and safe, outside, distanced, 9:30, 48 Quince Lane. Anybody who's comfortable coming, we would love to have you. May all continue to experience much, much enjoyment, nachas, in good health, for many happy and healthy years. Chumash describing the war, Ki Savoh la milchama aloi vecha, begins in the singular. Should you, in the singular, go out to wage war against your enemies in the plural? Unisano Hashem elokecha biyodecha. Hashem, and Hashem is good enough to hand it over, as in the enemy in the singular. Vishavisa shivyo, and you defeat the enemy, you take captives, etc., etc. Note, says the Alshich, that the Chumash begins by describing the enemy in the plural, and then transitions to the singular, and it's midah keneged midah. It's not a coincidence. Measure for measure. Ki Savoh, when you, in the singular, there could be tens of thousands of soldiers and millions supporting those soldiers. But when you go out as one, when you go out with a common sense of purpose, when you feel for one another, you relate to one another, you empathize with one another, when you go out with a sense of achdus, unified as one, so measure for measure, midah keneged midah, HaKadosh Baruch Hu sees to it that your millions and millions of enemies are vanquished, as defeated as easily as a single enemy, that the Oivecha in the plural becomes unisano in the singular. The Sfarim record, the Shlah has this way, the Zohar HaKadosh, that the war addressed by the Torah is, of course, a battle with soldiers, but it's also a reference, an allusion to the various struggles and challenges that each individual undergoes, experiences over the course of a lifetime. And in particular, the past few months have been a little bit challenging. And there's the Chumash teaches that Ki Savoh, that in the merit of your achdos, if we relate and empathize with one another, don't have to always agree with one another, we care about one another, whether we see them all the time or don't see them all the time, we view ourselves as a tzibur, as a community, as a single nation, as a single entity, a nefesh achas, sharing a common soul, so we are guaranteed, measure for measure, midah keneged midah, those challenges that are in the plural, that appear to be many, melt away and are as easily overcome as one small challenge, be'ezras Hashem, that's setting us up for a year of individual and collective success, hatzlacha, bracha, good health, and a ksiva v'chasim tov. Have a very good Shabbos.